With Terrence, offensive games like that, the twofold question was that, did you see anything now that you've looked at the film that he was doing offensively, and was he taking his offensive struggles to the defensive side?
The first night he didn't. The first night it was just foul trouble. First night he really came in locked in. He really did. He was playing well. He got that kind of first foul. That was a touch foul. And then he got his second. And then we didn't play him for a long time, you know, in the first half. And so I think the first game was just kind of attributed to foul trouble. And then the second game, he didn't come out. He or Brian didn't come out with a real intent to guard. Our energy level wasn't the same, so you saw I took him out early, you know, and our team got a little bit better when I took him out defensively. And then I thought TD has got to be more powerful at the rim. I think he's kind of, I don't know, he's avoiding contact at the rim. He's got to be more off 2 feet. We met this morning. He felt awful about how he played. He's going to bounce back. He's going to play. He'll get back going again. And then I thought he started trying to play well by making a three. And when you start trying to do that, you'll struggle. And so he's got to get himself where he's going back to the free throw line, more paint touches, just shoot extra pass threes. And then he missed a couple wide open threes. He did. I mean, just some shots he normally makes. But he did. He felt bad about it, and he'll just bounce back. And it's a long season. I think he'll have a good week.
Yeah, more about TD. I mean, he can sometimes get into his own head worse than anything else. I mean, how do you kind of get him out of that? And when you deal with players before breaking slumps, how do you do that?
It really, to me, is simple to break an offensive slump is to go back and rebound and be better and get yourself to the free throw line. I mean, he's capable of getting, as you guys know, you've seen him a lot more than I have, of getting paint touches, getting to the free throw line. He hadn't shot very many free throws this year. He's shooting a really good percentage. He's got to go be a better offensive rebounder. I mean, that's what he can do. I mean, he averages like 8 rebounds a game. His rebounding numbers are down right now. So he's got to go back and offensive rebound the ball, get some extra opportunities, second shots, free throw line. That's how really good players get them going. If you just think you're just going to, all of a sudden, you just got to start making some threes to get playing well again, that's not his deal. You know, he's got to play and do all the other things and then shoot good threes, and he'll shoot a good percentage.
How do you address, Kermit, to your better players not coming out to the bell, answering the bell like you'd like? How do you get them to reach the consistency you're looking for?
Well, number one, you take them out of a game. You know, number two, you got to do it with practice. And you know, and like I said, you know, as good as Brian played and in the first game, I thought he got back to playing better. And our whole team, TD came back and tried to play hard. He just kind of struggled offensively, you know. So, but again, to have him struggle and Brian not be at his best, and then, you know, Devontae played well, for our team to kind of be right there, you know, with some minutes to go. I mean, that part of it's encouraging. So we've got to, you think about it, I mean, Blake Henson was 1 for 5. I mean, we had a lot of guys didn't score it very well, and then we're kind of right in the middle of it. So we're doing some other things from a toughness standpoint better.
Devontae's playing the most minutes than anybody else. He seems to doesn't ever come off the floor.
Yep.
How do you think he's responded to that, though? It seems like he's handled himself and pushed himself pretty well, knowing that he doesn't have a point guard to come right in behind him.
Yeah, he's done well. You know, he's taking care of the ball. He needs to make others better, though. You know, I mean, he won't turn it over much, but he's got to get more assists. And what he did against Cincinnati was get in the paint, you know, and so he got in the paint. He was the only guy really early to get the ball in the paint. Brian settled for some shots of getting in the paint. He finished some balls. And, you know, his conditioning is really good. Doesn't seem to get tired very much, you know. And but the only thing we could do is maybe get DC, Luis, Zach, one of those guys to come in and move Brian to the one, which – you know, in some games probably this week that we'll be able to do that more.
Tuesday, your defense kind of got you through an offensive slog, and you mentioned guarding well against Baylor, and then kind of a setback against Cincinnati. How much of that is a back-to-back, and do you feel like you're getting the consistency you wanted the defensive end developing at least? Yeah,
you know, I mean, I really did. The Baylor game, we guarded well. We really did. And, you know, then their team got going a little bit. I see us getting better. I just think our effort is getting better. You know, we're starting to communicate a little bit better on the floor. We've just got to continue to make a lot of strides. You know, I thought our 1-3-1 was good. We really kind of beat Baylor with our 2-3 zone at the end, really. We were just, we're in foul trouble, so we kind of played them just our 2-3 zone, and I thought we matched up and did well. So we're starting to get better. It's a long season, but I think before it's over with our team, we still have a couple things we'll need to put in defensively against some other offensive packages. But I kind of like where we're going on that end.
Your philosophy and Nick's philosophy at Cincinnati are similar as far as your points of emphasis on defense and how you coach it. Is that game then an ability to teach and say, hey, this is what we could be as far as the defensive effort and the havoc that you cause?
Just from an energy and toughness deal, I mean, it is. They schematically, they're different than almost anybody in college basketball. I mean, they play this zone that is man-to-man. It's different principles. They press, so – but in ways they take teams out of rhythm, kind of like sometimes we do with our 1-3-1. But it is. We just watched it this morning at 6:30, and then you can see it front and center. When that ball was shot, them cats went right at it to go rebound it, and they pushed us underneath the goal 3 or 4 times. And I think really their physicality kind of surprised us a little bit in the first 5 or 6 minutes. Then we settled in a little bit better. But it's a great teaching point because there's not a team in college basketball that plays any harder than the Cincinnati team.
What have you seen from San Diego?
Oh, man, why did we schedule that game? That's what some people said about Middle Tennessee. Wow, they've got 4 starters back from a team that won 20 games. They've already beaten Colorado. To me, I think they're the second-best team in the WCAC behind Gonzaga, and that's saying a lot because of St. Mary's. Last year they won at New Mexico State. They won at Colorado. They're just good. They're a really good team. Too bad they're going to play in Gonzaga's league because probably not going to win the league. But, San Diego looks like an NCAA tournament team, and they're poised, experienced, shoot it, unbelievable 4-man. They're a really, really good team.
How does having a guy like Win Chase on your staff who you've known for a while who's kind of followed you here, what does he bring to the team?
Wynn's the most positive person in the world. Head coaches need that, especially after a loss, or especially in January and February. It's always good with Wynn. Coach, we're going to be fine. Everything's going to be good. He's he's got a smile on his face all the time. He's a tireless worker, one of the most loyal guys I've ever been around. So, he's just good to walk into the gym with every single day. Every time you look at Wynn, you think we've won, and so that's just kind of, he's got a great ability to go quickly to the next game, and so he is. He's been a great addition, and I've really enjoyed having Wynn for 10 years.
I was talking to him last week. He said you used to have a thing preseason at MTSU where you would do some sort of dance at the pregame show, and that you kind of hung it up this year. Why didn't you pull that out here?
Well, I don't know. I started doing that after we'd won a bunch of games, so maybe we win a few games. I'll get my dance deal back going at Ole Miss. So I didn't think it was the time to break it out on the square.
The net ratings, the NCAA net ratings came out today. At least the first time we saw it.
That's the first time I just looked at it myself about 20 minutes ago.
A lot of people are befuddled, for lack of a better word. When you looked at them, were you say it's too early to put any merit in them, or were you a little confused as a basketball?
Yeah, I'm trying to grasp it too. I really am. I saw we were 93, I guess, and our strength of schedule was 17th. So I think it just takes a while for that to settle in. I remember sometimes at middle we'd be way down. All of a sudden, wow, we're 15th. How did we get 15th? That was in the old RPI. So I just think it takes a while to kind of to settle in, and for some of those teams, hadn't really played any road games, and like I said, we've played a pretty good non-conference schedule to date, and so I'm just like you. I'm learning about it, and be interested to see probably about another month. But everybody's probably got about 10 or 12 games under their belt, and just kind of where it shakes out.
These next handful of non-conference games, you got a month or so before SEC play. What do you think you guys need to do to improve for conference play?
Yeah, we've got to. Offensively, we'll hit some scoring lulls. We've played against everything, really. A lot of 3-2 zone against Butler, a lot of matchup against Baylor. Baylor tried to come out and play us man. We really executed early, and they went to zone. Really unconventional against Cincinnati. We haven't played against a lot of conventional. San Diego is really about 99.5% man-to-man, and so more conventional game there. So just some, I just think that one thing we got to do, we got to develop some depth. We do. We got to develop some depth that I can trust. And I told our team, you can only trust it by what you see in practice. because we've been in some, in the Nichols in Western Michigan, not so much, but the other three, that the possession games were so critical. You can't sit in there and just start letting guys play through mistakes. When you got TD on the bench or Brian on the bench, and so that's something we've got to develop the bench in the next month.
Who do you think are the guys that you are on the verge of trusting? Is anybody that close?
You just got Luis and Zach and Scooter just kind of, we're waiting for somebody. We're waiting for somebody. A little more with Luis. Zach, I trust a little more. I think Zach's just IQ of conception of everything is better. You'd love to get Scooter's athletic ability out there, but he struggles at times with the things that are important to us. He means so well. DC has been good against the Nichols and Western Michigans. Now can DC play in these Butlers, Baylors, Cincinnati games? And so that's obviously, y'all know as good as I do in the SEC, that's what you're going to see every night. So those are some things that we've got to figure out here in the next 3 or 4 weeks.
Kind of going off that, do you think it's been coincidental that in those 3 big games you've just had one scorer that kind of led everything, or is that something that's...
Yeah, it's strange. It really is. It's usually not typical of the teams that we coach at all. Usually it's pretty balanced in those games, but you're right. TD the first game, and Brian, and then Devontae, so, but to me that's encouraging, that we can get now 3 or 4 guys playing well at the same time offensively in some of those games, including Blake or KJ or Bruce. And so I do think our ceiling, that makes me feel better, that I think our team can continue to improve and get much better offensively.